Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you the story of how I became an ASMR artist purely by accident. I did not know what I was doing, but I was able to grow my social media, have a moderate success, get fan base, and I have loyal fans who would like, comment, and would like share my videos. And I had no idea what I did right, and I get more than 1,000 followers within just a couple of months with a couple of videos. And I would like to share with you this story because a lot of artists told me on YouTube, especially on YouTube, also on Instagram, that they are struggling to grow social media following. They want exposure, they want to promote their art, but they don't know where to start. And I think this video can help those of you who are struggling to get exposure, especially under 1,000 followers, because my moderate success was 1,000, so that I don't want to promise you something bigger. So hopefully this story can tell you a few things and make you avoid the mistakes that I have done. It all started long time ago. It was 2011. I finished a degree in Germany and I moved to a small town near Paris in France in order to reunite with my husband who was working at that time there, and I did not know what was about to come. I got stuck in France without a visa, without a job, and I just couldn't do much because I couldn't travel and couldn't apply for a job until I have the visa, and I don't have a visa. So I was stuck and I was just at home every day, very depressed. But I decided to just watch YouTube videos to teach myself one thing. So I picked the DSLR filmmaking because my undergraduate degree was in filmmaking, and the DSLR at that time was like bleeding edge. Very few filmmakers could use DSLR cameras to make documentaries as their only camera because of the limitations at that time. It was not made for filmmaking. So I was testing my Canon EOS 60D. It was a really good camera and I had so much fun with it. It was probably the best investment of my life. And after that, I decided to do a few test runs and share it with people on YouTube because I was watching YouTube every day. So YouTube is like my new reality, like my social circle. When I was making the videos, I realized that the audio level is very hard to control because at that time, the Canon cameras couldn't have a really good audio level gain. So what I did is I hacked the camera using Magic Lantern and I tweaked it in a way that it's able to record clear audios. And then I decided to do some test shots of me making some kind of sound. But I don't have a lot of money as I was, as you can imagine, illegal migrant without a visa and a job. But what could I do? So I just got bananas, carrots, apples, oranges, and whatnot from supermarket, and I could consume those ordinary daily food and get the nutrition I need at the same time do the test shots. So I did a bunch of videos like that randomly and I put it on YouTube, and quickly I grew. Like I didn't even know what happened. I did only one thing. I remembered I only shared one video on Reddit. I had a Reddit account which I did not use, so I just like used it to share this video of me eating a lemon. And after that this video blew up, and then of course I grew a lot of followings from there, from Reddit, which at that time I had no idea. And then I got a job in Spain. I moved to Spain with my family and my cat, and I got 2 more cats here, apartments, and settled down, studied the language and worked my new job. And I had no idea what was going on with my the eating fruit channel that I had before. I kind of abandoned it. But when I was doing research on the famous people on YouTube, famous artists, and I realized that Bob Rose was doing this wet on wet method that made this kind of sound that people were crazy about. They call it the ASMR sound. And I was like, what does it mean? And then later I realized, aha, people liked my videos because it was ASMR. So that made me an ASMRtist. I did not know. I had no clue until 2019. So can you imagine, almost 10 years after, I realized that what I did right. That was a bit too late, but nevertheless, it's better than never. And I want to share with you the few things that I think I did right first, the positive things first, and then later the mistakes. The first thing I did right is at the worst time of my life when I was both illegal and jobless, I was able to keep learning new things, and that really motivated me and kept me growing. So keep learning is definitely the thing to do, even if you're not growing in the level that you wish. Keep learning will not slow you down, but will boost your ability to create in the long run. The second thing is I exploited the maximum capacity of my gear. I had an entry-level DSLR camera and I was able to push it to the maximum using hacking softwares and using different ways to push it so I can produce a fairly good quality video, because it was 8 years ago, of course, not everybody used HD. So I was able to produce fair quality for people to enjoy on the internet. Number three, I did it without thinking too much. Actually, if without thinking at all, because if you think too much, you might feel, people judge me, people will not like it, you have self-doubts and you'll never do it. So just do it. Number four is the timing was excellent. I did it before anyone else did the serious ASMR artist career. I only focused on eating fruits. I wasn't going crazy on making sound because I did not know it was a thing. But yeah, if you have done it in a good timing, then it will definitely multiply the factor, your success factor. Number five is I shared it on social media, on another social media that was Reddit. So YouTube and Reddit, they go hand in hand pretty well. There are better combinations like, for example, Instagram and Facebook today, but you can create your own combination and promote your social media from another account. Now I would like to share with you some mistakes I did. The biggest mistake is I did not understand what I was doing and what I did right. So when I had moderate success, I could have asked people, what kind of things you liked in my video? Why you followed me? Why you clicked on my video? But I didn't, because I assumed that people were bored and they did not know, and they just, want to spend some time when they couldn't sleep and they just saw my video and they laughed and they watched. Maybe. And I didn't dig, and if I dig into it, I would have discovered what people really liked and I could have produced more of that and had better success. Number two is I did not upload regularly. YouTube will reward you if you upload things regularly, but I didn't because I did not know. I didn't want to make a career out of it. Although I started to monetize for a short time, but then they changed the policy and I fall below the threshold. But I could have basically regularly uploaded, and then I could have qualified the monetization from YouTube. Number three, I did not continue after the couple of months I have done it because I was carried away by my new adventures in life, my new job, a new language, a new place. I was overwhelmed by a lot of things like errands to run, problems to solve, so I didn't continue and I could not just continue boosting my social media. Last but not least, I didn't catch up with the trend. At that time, I was early into the trend, but when it took off, I wasn't there. So I missed out that opportunity. I didn't even know. That's the main problem. Again, that's the things I did wrong at the first place. But if I was following the trend, I could have known what is ASMR. Even if you didn't do this kind of videos, you probably have heard about it. So I was pretty late in the trend thing because I was working different jobs, and I was actually working 2 jobs at the same time to save up enough money to invest, and I wasn't paying attention. So if you are into making art on social media, sharing your art and growing social media as a professional, like a career, then you really should follow the trend and pay close attention so you will catch the trend every time it takes off and not miss out the important opportunities. So as a summary, for those of you who would like to share your art on social media and grow, my biggest advice is to start now, because there's not a better time. The more you wait, the more trends and opportunities you will miss out. And also, there's not a better time to start, for example, a YouTube channel or TikTok, or especially YouTube because of the COPPA thing. I made a video in like last week, I think. I will drop a link in the description below. That video is talking about how COPPA affected large YouTubers and they're leaving YouTube. So here you go, it's a perfect opportunity for smaller YouTubers to fill in and grab the viewers' attention and start to grow. Also, TikTok could be another social media if your things are very musical, it's very like visual and short and to the point. If you want to do more serious educational, how to paint, this kind of time-lapse things, then you can start a YouTube channel today, because there's not a better time than right now or yesterday, but you can't travel back in time, so I guess you have to work with what you have now. In my past channel, I could grow over 1,000 following fairly easily. I'm not saying that it will be easy every time. This time time I took the hard way because I grew in a very saturated YouTube in 2019, and also I opened this channel for art and business talks, which is much more niche and more like boring, so people wouldn't like to spend too much time watching my videos. And I guess that's why I grow very slowly. Now I have almost 1,000 followers. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you click on the subscription button below, and if you like this video, smash the like button as well. And that's all for today. If you have any comments, advice or suggestions, or you want to share some of your experience growing your social media as an artist, make sure you share your experience in a comment below and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.